Hello everyone, welcome to Online International Grand Final. We're about to have the games happening, I hope. Trying to get Bruto to get invited to the game, but they're telling me there is no room for Bruto, so I don't know if we will be able to have him as commentator or not. We'll have to see. I haven't free space on my phone. Someone else create it, please.
But who's the leader?
Eater of Soul is the leader of the game right now, or the party.
Okay, I will ask him to invite.
Logistics. Because on the desktop client, I have 6 slots for spectators, and I think on the phone is also as well. Maybe you have to scroll more.
No, on iPad there's only 4, I think. 5. Yeah, on iPad you have 4. Maybe that's why.
I think they will recreate it now. I hope they will recreate it now.
Do you have a Vainglory on PC?
I have a what?
Do you have it on PC?
Yes, yeah, I'm on the desktop.
Why don't you make the party so you can invite more people?
Yes, I don't have all the names invited yet.
Okay. Because Eater of Soul told me he's downloading the PT version. But that's gonna take a while, I guess.
Oh my god, why just doesn't the God EU create the party or something? Well, you know, logistics. Let me try and invite everyone, and
Okay.
this is complicated. And on PC, it's really crappy to add the people.
So are you gonna make it?
I'm there. I'm waiting for them to decide if they're going to recreate the party or I'm gonna. I guess I can ask them.
I mean, I think it's the fast.
Oh, X-Dragon has a problem with God EU. He doesn't want to friend him or something. Oh my god. Well, this is gonna be fun.
Like, would be way faster if you or someone who had PC made it. Because either of Soul downloading the PC version gonna have to make the party again, so it's gonna take even longer.
I'm trying to add people now. Well, I guess we're waiting for Ether of Soul to get the desktop version then. Well, some want to just start, and I definitely want to get this with a full party.
So, are they gonna invite me or?
I have no fucking clue. This is great for the stream though, like everyone just waiting.
Wait, so you are all waiting to get one more space so that you can invite me?
Yeah,
Or you are
pretty
waiting?
much. And the desktop version, it's really hard to enter the names of people because you try to type the name of the person and it just stays the name of the previous person you invited. So you just start adding a lot of people and you can't see.
Yeah.
So it's fucked up. Hey Oscary, welcome to the stream. We're in the process of waiting. Eater of Soul says that I will probably stream without Bruto. Okay, so I'm sorry, Bruto. You'll have... Okay.
It's okay, I guess. No problem.
Cool,
I will be watching.
Bye-bye. Thanks for showing up, though.
Okay, no problem.
See ya.
You.
And that was Bruto, our commentator for today, which has no slot on the party. So he can't actually follow the game. But we will have a game starting soon now between JadeLighteningEU versus the Hystoric eSports. Online international 5 versus 5 tournament, the grand final. Switch the view mode. straight into the draft. We have JadeLighting on the left side, Oriel Cupio, the End EU, Ostromaseru, and the God EU. And on the red side, we have Hystoric eSports with New Generation, I Need Love, X-Dragon, Agony, and Imagination. Bans coming out for Arden, Anka, Lorelei, and we'll see who is the fourth ban. Apparently no one loves monkeys on the side of JadeLighting. Fourth ban is the Churnwalker. A lot of focus on those captain heroes for the bans. Reza coming out from Oriel. We saw him play Reza yesterday very well against, what was the name of the other team? Minecraft. They had a very tight matchup, which I had the privilege of casting yesterday. Didn't have that many viewers because there was a concurrent stream for Divergent Fate versus Hystoric eSports. And that game ended up 2-1, which is why Hystoric eSports is now playing against JadeLighting. Finn getting picked for New Generation. Highest win rate of the update 3.8 so far. Yates follow-up pick. So already have two of the tanks that this team will require. See the response. Everyone wants to go mid Ozo. Want to throw some rings at Hystoric eSports. Apparently there's a little bad blood between these teams. So this is going to be an extra interesting match. Should probably announce some places that we are already streaming. Idris getting picked up for the side of Hystoric eSports. A very strong power pick right now on the current meta, especially after the mid update. I just had the confirmation this is a best of 5, so we will have quite a few games coming up. Gwen getting picked up on the side of JadeLighting, and a lance and a scarf. So we have the full composition. They are a bit squishy there with that Lyra. I mean, she provides healing, but she's very susceptible to ganks, and especially considering they have a Moline and an Idris on the side of the red team. I'm not sure how well that will work out. Well, we will have to see. To round up the composition, we have Imagination on that Celeste. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Considering this picks, I would put the advantage on the side of Hystoric eSports. I think they have a more solid composition, although that Reza might do some damage, and Gwen as well. But the problem is, I don't see, if Reza goes in, I don't see how we will be able to come out. That's the main issue. If he manages to do a trade like killing Imagination or Agony when he dives for the full-on team fight, it might give the rest of the team a good opportunity. But if he's just poking, I think the tankiness of Idris and of Finn and Yates might really keep him at bay, not really allow him to pull the rest of the team forward. We have a little skirmish early on. This mid. So we'll follow Coolpio for a little bit while I finish Putting the name of all the heroes into the casting tool. So the red team will take the blue buff. The blue team will take the red buff. Or the red team's blue buff. Crystal is blue. It's so confusing. They should have like different colors. Like put crystal yellow. And the weapon, I don't know, purple. Something like that to distinguish. Typical rotations on this Pro League. Reza doing a bit of a jungle invade there on the top. And he seems to be doing successful. Idris just let him be. I don't know if he spotted him or not. But Idris decided to rotate back down to do that healing tree ant on the opponent team side. And he's full health. Ariel decides to back off. Okay, early game. Nothing really happening. Both teams pretty much same in terms of farm and gold. Just to finish up putting the names on this tool so you have the full list of abilities on hand. Are we having a first blood down there? No, we're not. I need love. Only needs love, not damage. So we'll follow Reza for a little bit. Or the bot. Yeah, let's focus on the bot. Just finishing up things here. Celeste. Okay, have all the heroes ready to be read out. Second rotation for the Crystal Tree Ants is coming up next. Should also post on Twitter. Reza doing a dive here. Will we have first blood? Almost gets stunned by Celeste's core collapse there. Lyra getting pulled in by Yates. This might be first blood. Imagination gets that kill. Nice little gold boost. Oriel is forced to back away. Wants to poke X-Dragon a little bit before he goes, though. Let's check out these rotations. They got all of the blue team's weapon jungle. Let's follow the NDU for a little bit. I'm gonna announce that we are streaming on Twitch, so we can get a few more people watching the live stream. It's always more fun with more people. Okay, tweet has been sent. We're back, full attention to the game. Gwen just got herself a Sorrow Blade. I don't know if it's still worth to do the Sorrow Blade Tension Bow combo with Gwen after that mid-update that we just had. It nerfed the Tension Bow a little bit. Increased Shadow Glass, increased defense. So did some small changes, not that much, not that significant, but enough to not make Tension Bow as viable as a must-buy option that people seem to be preferring to use it as. Have another rotation. Hystoric eSports has a slight gold lead advantage thanks to that first kill. Oh, nice steal there from Yates. New generation with the pulls. Reza not able to contest those healing tree ants. Oh, gets pulled in by New Generation. Third critical pull that New Generation does. Hope he manages to keep it up till the end of the game. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, I Need Love wants to do a force the cord on that Gwen, but fails. It might have been deadly if it connected. Kulpio getting stunned up. He's in a very dangerous position. Dodges that Solar Storm. Now tries to goop up New Generation, trying to finish him off. Here comes the burninating time, but he just uses it to run away. The God EU shows up to help him out, and that's a free kill for Jade Lightning. Getting the Gold Oak. Lyra prioritizing the Crucible. I don't think she had a fountain yet. No, she didn't. So first item, Crucible. I guess it's fine. She has healing with her, what's it called? Imperial Sigil. So it's fine. Here comes Reza. 2 hits to Imagination. Not doing that much damage just yet. Maybe he doesn't have that Aftershock online yet. Yeah, he's still making his way to buy it. Once he has it, he should be able to do a lot more damage. X-Dragon pushing this lane. Now decides to back off. Oriel is scouting. Should be able to get his Aftershock now. Should start to do some damage. He shouldn't do 1 versus 2 though. That's a bit risky, in my humble opinion. As a caster who has no right to have a commentator. Thanks to Soviet limitations of mobile phones not having 6 spectators, as in everyone else's devices. Meanwhile, we got a Ghost Wing for the side of Jade Lightning. I think Yates and Idris will get a turret in response, though. Will that trade be worth it? Now, the blue team Jade Lightning will have to do something to use this advantage. Try to get a turret somewhere. Oriel is a bit alone down here. I think this turret will go down. 3-man push here. Let's take a look at the other side. The NDU and the God EU did a nice teamwork to also get a turret of their own, but still not really compensating the buff. But I mean, the buff itself is worth having. It gives you extra money. And just denying that dragon presence to your enemy as well. Always useful. So guys on the chat, let me know who your favorites are for winning this game. Is it Jade Lightning on the blue? Or Hystoric eSports on the red? This is the best of 5. Ooh, nice impale there. Double man impale. Imagination going dangerously low. It ends up dying thanks to that Lyra. Idris claims Gwen. And now it's Reza is very dangerously low. Kulpio and Lance finish off Yates, and now it's a 4 versus 2 in the mid lane. Should be able to use this opportunity to do some damage to this turret. Might not be able to finish it off. Force the cord from I Need Love, getting Lyra out of position there. Oriel forced to pop the flask to stay alive. Very competitive match. Ooh, nice Solar Storm! Claims Reza's life. Great Solar Storm by Imagination there. Hitting the mark on point. They did have vision, but still. Nice snipe. And the red team is ahead by 2k right now. Red team by Hystoric eSports. Yesterday they defeated Divergent Fate. Lance is about to die. No, he uses his flask to stay alive. Yates still wants a piece of him, but the God EU dodges that pull, the grappling hook. Ooh, Gwen might be a bit out of position here. So dodge that core collapse. Now succumbs to that stun from New Generation. She might indeed go down. Was she able to take New Generation with her? No, she won't. And now the jungle and probably this turret are belong to the red team. We have an altercation between Reza and Idris on the top. Seems that Oriel with that Reza is taking care of business. And we have a start of the Ghost Wing as Agony's caught off guard out of position, trying to steal that jungle. Ooh, nice pull from New Generation, securing that weapon tree, and very good pulls from New Generation so far in this match. But the dragon does go for the side of Jade Lightning. Now the bots are pooped, the chase is on. Will New Generation be able to get away? Finn trying to stun up, but he will just go down. Lance rolling away to safety. And the gold is back leveled up. Very close matchup so far. Both teams playing very well so far. Very intense match. Let's take a look at builds real quick. It seems like Gwen did indeed go for the Sorrowblade Tension Bow that was brought up into the meta by update 3.8. Scarf with Spellfire and Dragon's Eye. See if we have a little skirmish here. Imagination getting caught off guard, just deleted by the God EU. Those impales doing so much damage, and this will be a crystal claimed by Jade Lightning. Two members of Hystoric eSports are pushing the top right now. They decide to recall. Apparently they will lose this one turret. And now Jade Lightning will rotate and probably start off this Black Claw. No, they respect Hystoric eSports. They know that all 5 members are already up. And there is that Celeste who already proved she can snipe well. Only Ostramaseru hangs back, trying to provide some vision to the rest of the team. The NDU to go. Ooh, nice Crucible there, denying the Force Accord from Finn. It's completely blind just by hearing the sound. Reza wants to punish this Maline for out of position. Tries to dash away now. Gwen spreads out the pain. Yates wants to re-engage, mostly to keep himself alive. This Reza almost down, but not quite. Here comes the Dragon Breath. Finn tries to quibble. Nice Solar Storm connecting onto 2 people. Lyra dangerously low. Lance also dangerously low. Everyone from the blue team rotates back down, and only Finn died in that little altercation there. But now the red team will have an opportunity to push this mid turret. Might even take it. They have 4 members there. Ariel can't do anything about it. We have another Black Claw contest. Ooh, Ariel going way too deep. Getting rooted up by Yates, and that was all he said. You can't get stunned up when you're a Reza. You're just a sitting duck. That means you're just dead. Jade Lightning will rotate down, claim this Crystal Treant, might go for the Ghost Wing, but that will leave an opening for the red team to get Black Claw. Let's see what they decide to do. They decide to go back up. Hystoric eSports is already halfway through Black Claw. Will Ostomaseru be there in time? Ooh, an Impale misses. Force Accord connects, and now both members of the blue team in a very bad position. Ostomaseru doesn't have the portal, or has, but uses it a bit too late. Kulpio is forced to pop the boots to stay alive, and now it's all 5 members of Hystoric eSports pushing down this lane with Black Claw. A pull there from Yates, not quite succeeding. Crucible gets popped out of reflex. This dragon's still very healthy though. It's still 15 minutes in, so it should be easier to kill him off, but the pressure put in from the side of Hystoric eSports is so intense, no one really dares step outside of their comfort zone while they're handling this Black Claw. Hystoric eSports rotating back up towards Ghostwing. They will take the enemy's jungle while they're at it. Ostromasiru with the vision there, ensuring that the Ghost Wing was not started yet. Very close matchup. 3k gold lead only by the side of Hystoric eSports. They do have advantage in terms of turrets though. Reza pursuing Imagination, a very out of position Imagination, forces New Generation to use this ultimate to try and come to the rescue. Now it's Scorpio who might get caught out of place. And it seems that Hystoric eSports is just gonna give away this Ghost Wing to the side of Jade Lightning. That might give them enough advantage to get a foot back into the game, to lower that 3k gold lead that Hystoric eSports has. Oriole getting that Crystal Treant. They might be looking for a team fight here. They're a bit scattered though. Oriole wants to land some pokes to peel. That's what they should do when you have the Ghost Wing buff. Oh, Solar Storm not connecting anyone there. Both teams just trying to poke each other out. A lot of engaged potential from the side of Hystoric eSports with the pulls on both Yates and Finn. Finn trying to do a sneaky play there, trying to catch people from the bush. They decide to back off though. And now it's time for this team of Jade Lightning to put down some pressure of their own. Maybe push this mid. No, they decide to call back home. They should be taking more advantage of this Ghost Wing buff, I think. Only Oriole is daring go anywhere near the top side of the map, and he almost got pulled in by that Force Accord, and if he did, that would have been a very dead Reza. Malene missing her ability there. A lot of poking going on. It's like it's Poke Wars time. Solar Storm! Hitting Kulpio in the face. Or in the tail, rather. Because he's a dragon. He doesn't have a face. Well, okay, he has a face. But it didn't really hit him in the face anyways. Ariel wants to claim this Crystal Treant for his team. Blacklaw is coming down. We will have another face-off quite soon. Meanwhile, this bot lane is putting pressure, and someone needs to rotate down there to make sure they don't lose a turret. Red team seems to be on the wrong side of the map. I guess they rotated all of them down here to take care of the bot lane. And now only Finn remains there while 4 members rotate back up towards Blacklaw, which hasn't been captured by the blue team. Spitfire to the face. Ooh, and now it gets a pull. He's forced to pop his reflex block to keep him safe. We have an engage going on. Gwen going desperate low. Solar Storm. Gwen is forced to pop her flask. They want a piece of her. This Idris is going way too ahead. Dragon Breath coming forward. Gets stunned up by that quibble of Finn. Now it's a 4 versus 4, but the blue team, no, and now it's a 4 versus 3. Kulpio getting caught off guard with a core collapse there. And just getting deleted. Ariel wants a piece of this team fight though. Ariel won't give up. There he goes. He tries to hit New Generation, misses. Almost, Gwen almost with the kill, not quite. The Solar Storm tickling Reza. He will recall back home to heal himself up. And now the red team will probably start this Blacklaw. I Need Love wants also a dragon, apparently. Seems Hystoric eSports in the lead right now. Let's see if... Oh, Ariel wanted to dash over the wall, but it's not a very dashable location. Gets pulled in, uses the dash to get away from that New Generation stun. The God EU is going dangerously low against Agony. And this dragon trying to get contested. Who will manage to get it? It was the red team. Finn with a quibble. And now with 3 members down from the side of Jade Lightning, this might be game number 1 for Hystoric eSports. This is a best of 5. And we are on game 1, as I mentioned. So still a lot of games to go. Nice engage from Yates, trying to catch Kulpio out of position. And a core collapse finishes him off. All 5 members of Hystoric eSports there to finishing him off. And now the Vein Crystal is exposed on 2 sides. And that's game number 1 for the side of Hystoric eSports. Very close matchup though. Only on those last dragon captures did we really saw Hystoric eSports taking the lead. So congratulations, Hystoric eSports. You got a 1-0 lead on this matchup. I'm gonna try to update. This, and of course it's on the other side. And of course the numbers are wrong now. Okay. Value should be correct now. 1-0, best of 3. Waiting for Agony to reconnect or to close the game. Yeah, apparently we have a 3-minute break. Let's go back to the lobby while we wait. The chat is so active. All 9 people talking so much. Waiting for a 3-minute break. Before we keep going on this matchup. Best of 5. Yeah, I should probably write that somewhere on the teams. It's gonna look a bit weird though when it's on the game screen. Maybe I can try to be creative and put it here. How's that usability for you? Okay, we have match number 2 about to start. Agony still seems to be awake, you know, though, on my screen at least. Finding a match for your party. Well, I guess Agony shows up for Eater of Soul, who is running the party. Match number 2. Let's see what Jade Lightning can do to reverse this downside of the first matchup. Seems that Jade Lightning wants to go for Ozo. Ozo is such a power pick. Ozo, Ozo, Ozo. Lucky I'm only throwing a ring. Arden getting banned from the side of Hystoric eSports. Anka from the side of Jade Lightning. Now they're trying to decide between Finn and Yates. I was expecting more viewers. We only have 7 people here. It's the grand final. Where is everyone? No one cares about Vainglory anymore? Is the game really dead? Anyways, we have a Lorelei for the side of Hystoric eSports and a Finn and Reza. For Jade Lightning. They're still not going for Ozo. Idris. It worked pretty well for them on the previous matchup, so they want some more of that. Come on, Ozo. No, they're going for Celeste instead. Will the Ozo come out now? Finally? Nope. Grace. I think the composition from the side of Hystoric eSports is a little bit too squishy. I mean, Lorelei does give a nice barrier, especially to X-Dragon when he dives in, or to Agony for that matter. But yeah, they needed a tank and they're going with Flicker. See what Jade Lightning does. Yeah, we want to see some Ozo being played. Come on. But apparently the God.EU wants to get a Baron. Like he wants to play it safe.
Swap heroes.
Flicker is really good when you have some support captains that can really keep him in the fight. Like you have Arden, you have Finn. If Finn is in the middle of the fight, those empowerments really help keep Ozo alive longer. But still a pretty niche pick. I think with the rework that they did of Serpent's Mask, now with the mid 3.8 update, it might be viable again. I haven't tried playing it since then, but because it just sort of died when they nerfed Serpent's Mask. At least the weapon path of Ozo seemed a bit You had to do a lot of defensive itemization to really get him, you know, to last more than a couple of seconds on a team fight. But now he might be usable again. Don't know if enough to bring him back to the meta. Same way that we're missing Blackfeather in the meta and Rona in the meta. Any of those players that required, or heroes that required Serpent's Mask to really come online hard. Hystoric eSports chasing away the side of Jade Lightning. They still want to steal this weapon buff though. Will Idris come to contest it? He's checking out. Malin also coming down to help X-Dragon and Agony. Who will get this weapon buff? And it's the NDU that gets it in the end. Oriole, very dangerously low. Does he have his dashes? He's in cooldown. Few seconds left. Why didn't he hit the healing tree ant? He could have hit just to get that that little root onto his enemies. But they did manage to steal the weapon tree ant, and that's what matters. Meanwhile, I think the red team got this crystal buff while we were watching what was happening below. Yeah, in the chat they're saying that Rona and Saw got kicked out of the meta. Yeah, I mean, Saw on 5 vs 5 never was really that useful, only for the lower tiers. But Rona was playing a very strong part, and it just got completely nerfed with the death of Serpent's Mask. So look at mid. Yeah, let's focus on the mid for a little while. Both teams just trading farm. Majors recalling on the bot. Both New Generation and Imagination going pretty low right now. They need to be careful, but Kulpio is out of energy, so he can't really finish them off with those Heliogenesis. Shramasidu trying to put a little dent into New Generation. But New Generation just heals himself back up with his Imperial Sigil. Oriel was trying to poke, see if he could catch anyone off guard. Not quite. He manages to dodge that A ability from Agony. Just farming as usual. Meanwhile, we have a jungle invade from... jungle invade. I need love taking the opportunity to get his Healing Treant while Baron and Grace are distracted with his Crystal Treant. They managed to steal it away. But New Generation also managed to steal the red team's Crystal Sentry buff. Crystal Treant. New Generation and Imagination a bit overextended here. The entire red team rotates down but doesn't get any kill. Now Kulpio can farm this very safely. Both teams really respecting each other on this start of the second matchup. This is a best of 5 match, and Hystoric eSports is in the lead right now, 1-0. Ooh, nice core collapse on 2-man, followed by a quibble on 2-man. New Generation and Imagination going dangerously low, but no one is there to finish them off. If only Reza had that aftershock online and made a rotation, we would have a different story. Farm in the top lane. I need love. Forced into that tank roll position. Have another invade here. But Imagination decides to let it go. Focuses on helping New Generation on. Or actually, it's the other way around, because it's Lyra that's doing the support, and Lorelei is doing the damage like Crystal. Here comes Oriel trying to get someone off guard. Imagination dangerously low. Ultimate from Baron, not quite catching anyone. New Generation so low, finally dies to an Iliogenesis. That's first blood for the side of Jade Lightning. Ooh, a nice steal from Agony there. That on that Crystal Treant. Imagination's back on the mid lane, trying to secure the farm on this lane. This lane push, rather. We do have a Ghost Wing already. And this Reza is weapon Reza. So beware of what he does. Beware of the damage that he pulls out. I need love in a little bit of trouble there, but still manages to persevere. Now Imagination and New Generation are rotating back up. Trying to catch the God EU off guard. Mooncloak coming out. Oriel doesn't care about Mooncloak. He just wants to hit someone in the face. And meanwhile, there seems to be a free turret for X-Dragon and Agony on the bot lane. Let's go back to the mid. Take a look at builds real quick. See what everyone has online. The God EU already got a Sorrow Blade. Seems that Idris is wants to couple up with a Poison Shiv, that Sorrow Blade from early on. Lorelei already has her Alternating Current up. I think we have a little bit of an engage here for the mid. All 5 members of Hystoric eSports are here. The blue team keeps pushing this bot lane though. They will have another free turret. Can the red team capitalize in the mid? They get 1 kill, courtesy of Reza. Can they get new generation as well? Ooh, Solar Storm ripping through, catches X-Dragon in the sides, but not quite enough to deter him from finishing up this turret. And now the red team wants an engage. They're slowed down by Lorelei though. Ooh, a portal there might be a little bit misplaced. The NDU missing the Holy Nova with a nice dodge from X-Dragon. That's Jade Lighting that needs to be careful. Oriel wants a piece of everyone though. He keeps overextending. Nice squibble from Ostromasiru, hitting 2. Idris going low, is forced to use his ultimate. Ultimate from Baron also dropping. Everyone's so low. Imagination is the one that ends up dying in the end. I think we will have a disengage here. Red team starting up the dragon, so we should have another contest here. Agony knows that something is cooking. Decides to show up and gets core collapsed upon. Finn is dangerously low. He might actually die to those mortal wounds from Ghostwing. A total insane engage from new generation. And that might be a little too suicidal. Oriel going low. They do end up getting him in the end, but Malene is so low, she's forced to back away. Godyu with the jump jets, trying to finish up Agony, but he hides well. Reposition from the Godyu. I think he is in trouble here. And Kulpio can't really help him, is so low himself. Nice counter engages there, denying the Ghostwing from side to side. Malene getting early game Alcyon boots. Make sure she has all the health or all the energy she will ever need. See another engage here. Oriel wants to steal that Crystal Treant. Uses his ultimate. Wants a piece of Lorelei. They decide to back off though. They settle for that healing Treant. They regroup. 5-man team rotating back down to the mid lane. Actually, Baron and Grace go up to split push. They might get a free turret out of that. You see Agony and X-Dragon always in the bot together, making sure those bot lanes are pulling their weight. Ooh, nice! Force the core there, but the portal keeps new generation alive. Well placed. Solar Storm, very well sniped. Well sniped from Kulpio. Very close matchup so far. Jade Lightning, or not Jade Lightning, Hystoric eSports is slightly in the lead in terms of gold. They're behind on kills, but they are ahead in gold. A 3k gold advantage so far. Yeah, just reached the 11-minute mark. Nothing in particular happens at 11 minutes. We should be having a Black Claw in a few minutes though. X-Dragon wants a piece, or actually Reza wants a piece of X-Dragon. Might get a bit more than he can shoot. Nice well-placed portal there, trying to force the disengage from the side of the red team. Now it's Flicker that wants 1 versus 3. He might get someone out of that. Forces the ultimate from Reza to be played defensively, and it's Finn that goes down in the end. Baron ultimate comes out, not really connecting to anyone. Everyone's so low from the side of Hystoric eSports. And New Generation doesn't care. He pops the sigil for speed. They want to get this Ghostwing very, very fast. They will get it just like that. So good call from the side of Hystoric eSports. Some poke coming out from Reza, but I mean, he's weapon Reza. He doesn't really do much poke. Celeste just getting deleted there, and now Baron in a bad position. He manages to get a trade out of that Lyra, but Agony wants to pursue him. Will be able to get him? The Quib will try to stop him, but He had used this skill before Finn connected. And now it's Finn, the last man alive. And this is indeed an ace for the side of Hystoric eSports. They're taking the lead again on this game too. They will probably manage to get this dragon unless Sculpio manages to do like a snipe out of nowhere, which is quite possible. He did a couple good snipes already early on in this game. He doesn't have vision that they are doing the dragon though. He's just farming away. The ultimate from Baron coming through. Almost, but a little too early. The snipe from Celeste, not on time. The globals are useful to steal stuff, but not quite connecting. Without vision, it's hard to make those ultimates connect. Yellow Genesis getting rained down. The blue team is respecting that the full team of... They pushed the Moon Cloak to actually go to this bot lane. They want to split push. Make sure they get at least 2 turrets out of their efforts. Grace rotates down, trying to stop them a little bit. Blacklaw already died meanwhile, so I think that's all they will get out of this Blacklaw. Ooh, nice force the core there. But Flicker managed to escape. Celeste getting the Dragon's Eye online. Red team clearing out some vision. 15 minutes in. 7k or 6k gold lead for the side of Hystoric eSports. It's a pretty big lead. It's not all she wrote, you know. The game is only gone when the Vein Crystal explodes. Nice portal there from Lyra, forces her to re-engage, and Finn gets caught off guard. Oriel dashes away to safety. And now JadeLighting in a very bad position. They will probably have to concede this turret to the side of Hystoric eSports. They want more though. They go in deep. Solar Storm trying to contest this dive. Everyone's so low. Idris will be dying. Lyra will be dying. Let's take a look at the fight up here. Sculpio almost dying. He wants to take Lorelei with him, but fails to do so. And this Reza... Ooh, and the fights... The turrets and the Vein Crystal doing enough damage to kill off the rest of the blue team. Only Flicker left alive on Sovereign's Rise. That will give some breathing room for the side of JadeLighting to regroup, buy some items, and prepare for this next dragon contest. I think they will, both teams will rotate down to Ghostwing right now. Cleaning up this bot lane. Make sure she's pushing when their team fights for the Ghostwing. Lorelei getting her Crystal Treant. Oriel always on the Vanguard. These team fights, always poking, trying to catch someone off guard. Now, Agony and the X-Dragon are a bit out of position here. They try to get an engage though. How will the rest of the blue team respond? Will the red team get baited into it? Also, Masteru decides to back off. Now the Mooncloak shows up. They will have a re-engage. And Baron will use the jump jets to go back, so he won't be able to participate on this team fight. Finn just going dangerously low. He does die indeed, despite the help from Grace. Baron on the wrong side of the wall. Lyra wants to reposition with the portal there, but just ends up getting chewed. All members of the blue team getting so low, only Imagination still has his health. But they managed to kill off most members from the red team. They got EU and Oriel, the only 2 members left. Will they try something here? Trying to catch X-Dragon and Agony off guard? Do they have the vision? Cam gets placed there. They know all 5 members are on that side of the wall. The God.EU is putting down some pain. The portal comes in. We might have a re-engage here. The God.EU gets caught inside the bulwark. Nowhere to go. Ariel will have to recall back home. And it's a 5 versus 4 with this Dragon Claw. Or Black Claw bush. Dragon Claw. Engage going on. Here comes the Moon Cloak. They decide to portal into the fray, trying to catch someone off guard. Kulpio manages to get away. Baron wants to land those basic attacks, but the only targets I need love. Fortunately, someone kills off Idris, someone kills off Lorelei, and now maybe this red team might live to see another game if they can clean up this team fight really quick. Only New Generation left alive. He is now dead. Only the Dragon left. And this Black Claw doing some damage, but probably not enough to finish up the game right now. The Vein Crystal will still stand. This Armories will get some time to respawn now. Ariel cleaning up this bottom lane. And now the red team will take advantage of that team fight to capture the Ghostwing, free Ghostwing. But it seems that Hystoric eSports is still dominating on the team fights. They lost that one because they overextended in the enemy's base. I think if they take the matchup in a place where they can control and not get aggroed upon, the result might still be different. Let's take a look at builds real quick while both teams are just zoning each other out. Both teams almost reaching full build status. Not quite. 3 attack items on most heroes already. Here comes a Moon Cloak. No, not a Moon Cloak. There was a Binding Light instead. Actually, the Fairy Dust. I think it's the Fairy Dust that does that noise. 4 members of the red team are there. X-Dragon trying to get out of the fray. Gets 2 basic attacks on his face. Mooncloak used defensively to get away. Disengage is the right word. I mean, Jade Lightning does have the Ghostwing buff, so Hystoric eSports shouldn't really risk anything here. Imagination wants to poke, though. There's a portal. The blue team is waiting for the red team to take the portal, but they don't do it. Now, Agony and X-Dragon go push the bot lane for rejoining their team on the mid. Here comes another engage. Holy Nova missing. Crucible getting popped. The core collapse gets that Lyra out of position. And now it's a 5 versus 4. But everyone from red team is a bit low. So they decide to back off. They don't have the Ghostwing buff anymore. Flicker trying to zone them out. They see that camera there now. They probably will try to take it out. Nope. Yeah, Jade Lightning is too scared. They don't want anything to do. They have the numbers advantage, but they don't have vision, and they don't want to go blindly into any bushes. Decide to recall, finish their builds, and get those buffs. X-Dragon will get this weapon tree end off for himself as well. Crystal Tree Ant will go to Kulpio. Malene is a bit out of position here. Agony gets poked by Reza. Does a little poking back. Both teams will have to rotate up to Black Claw. Ariel over positioned as usually. He uses the dash to get away, trying to bait the enemy team into a team fight, but the blue team wants none of that. I need love putting down a camera on the other side of this dragon pit. Lorelei trying to zone Jade Lightning away. But Ariel knows that they're cooking. Ariel is always on the Vanguard. Whatever team fight there is, there's always Ariel there poking, doing some damage. Force the core there, trying to catch people off guard, but the Crucible got popped. Who will get this Black Claw? Lorelei gets the last hit, so it goes for the side of Hystoric eSports. And Idris going dangerously low. He wants a piece of that Baron, though. They trade in the end. More kills going for Lorelei, and all of a sudden, it seems that it's GG for the side of Jade Lightning. Only Finn left, and this dragon is pushing on this respawn armory. So this should be game 2 for the side of Hystoric eSports. But a very close matchup once again. Well played, both teams. We're off to game number 3. Gonna update teams. Probably click finish first. Switch back to the lobby while I update stuff. Thank you, few guys who are left watching, for hanging on. I was hoping more people would show up. I mean, these are very close matchup games, and both these teams and players have played professionally before. So I think it's just lack of announcement. I think most of our viewers are Russian and they follow the Russian channel instead, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and we make omelets with the eggs that we have. Everyone is saying hello to Leon on the chat. By some reason. Because they can. Not on the stream chat, on the game chat. Teams already swapped. Should be ready to go for game number 3. Might be the last game. If Jade Lightning doesn't manage to do something. Seems the teams are ready. Let's go for match number 3. Or not. Don't know what we're waiting for. Maybe Agony is off. Agony always seems like he's offline for me. Don't know why. There we go. Black screen should probably be followed by the draft. I would hope. No, it's only a black screen. Well, that's good. Maybe I'm outside of the match. I didn't get pulled into the game. I hope that after the draft is done, that I will get inside the rest of the game. Otherwise, I have to restart the application, I guess. And maybe by some miracle, I'm back inside the game. Knowing SCMC, probably not. I guess all we can do is wait and see. In the early times of 5 versus 5, you always got a black screen while teams were drafting, so this might be like a remnant of those times. Yep, Clicking around, but nothing happens. I'm wondering if it's better if I restart the application now or after the game has started, but I have no clue if the game has already started or not. So this is a bit hard. I guess I can try to check if the other stream is streaming all right or not. Yeah, Big Silver King. Yeah, they are on the draft and we are not. Well, that's not good. Well, I'm waiting for the draft to end on the other side of the other streams, and if the game is going there and it's not going here, I will restart the application and hope for the best. Bum ba bum ba bum. Well, I can see for the other streams what they banned and picked. They banned Anka and Churnwalker. And on the side of the red team, they only banned Lorelei. They didn't use their second ban. And Jade Lightning is going for Finn, Reza, a Lance, and they're still picking the other two. And Hystoric eSports is going with Yates, Arden, Idris, Malene, and I can see the other hero because they have a banner on top of him. Gwen getting picked up for the side of Jade Lightning. Might round that up with Avaria. Sorry for these issues, guys. It's beyond my control, unfortunately. The game, they should be picking the last pick now. So I hope this goes into the game. If it doesn't, I will just end the stream and forward you guys to the Russian match. Or to the Russian site. Okay, the banner is showing that the game is about to start. So I will restart the application now. Let's see. Hope I get back into the game. Well, the game has started on their side. We hear sounds, loading. Hope the game is loading, and I'm loading directly into the match. There we go. Everything's well. So, all the game start. Seem to have the trade of buffs on the Crystal Tree Ants. usual rotations on for these pros. I need love getting impaled there a little bit. Nothing to worry about. So we'll follow the NDU. Actually, we should take a look at the top because Oriel seems to be in a bad position here. He dodges. New generation seems to be disconnected, but they are respecting the disconnect. Kulpio going low with his trades against Imagination for the mid lane. New generation seems to be back. It's good. We have a full 5 versus 5 again. Kulpio launching that A ability. Ooh, going dangerously low. Is forced to pop the flask to stay alive. Should probably put the names of the characters on the tool so I know the names of the abilities. Let's take a look at the top meanwhile. Seems that Oriel is in a little bit of trouble there. Sorry for the frame skip. I'm doing stuff on the desktop. Let's go back into the mid. Let's follow Yates for a little while. Sorry for frame skip again. Agony wants to contest this Crystal Treant. I think they should be able to get it. No, they got stolen by New Generation. Well played. Okay, done with the stuff. Nice pull from New Generation there. The dash keeps him safe. And the quibble from Finn finishing off. That was first blood for Finn on Sovereign's Rise on this third matchup between Jade Lightning and Hystoric eSports. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, but we seem to be ready for a proper game commentary now. Thank you all of our 2 viewers for remaining faithful with us. Hope more people watch the video later on. Nice pull from a New Generation there. The NDU uses the boots to get away. Not quite managing to get, but nothing comes of it. Imagination so low on energy already. You can see why people prioritize the Halcyon boots so much on these mid lane carries recently. Reza might be in trouble up here against Agony and X-Dragon. He handles himself pretty well. Let's take a look at the bot. New Generation and Celeste are coming to help relieve some of the pressure that I Need Love was feeling. Nothing happening on the mid. The Crystal Treants are about to spawn again though. So we will have an easy pickup. Ooh, a Solar Storm trying to catch the other side. Very well played from Imagination there. And that ends up getting a kill for one of their teammates. Well played. They were doing the uncontested Crystal Treant on their own jungle, and they saw that there was a skirmish going on the other side. So he sent out the Solar Flare and catching 3 members from the side of Jade Lightning off guard. Here comes the Anvil's Hammer from Varia. Try to get the disengage, but this mid turret is already dead. Oriel trying to do some damage to X-Dragon. Try to compensate something for that lost turret, but he's in a bad position now. He decides to go for it because the rest of his team is rotating back up. They will go for the enemy jungle. They get this weapon tree ant. Easy peasy even easy. Kupio with a little sheep shot there onto Agony. Core Collapse missing. The Solar Storm does not. Oriel dangerously low. He wants to do damage to X-Dragon and does indeed manage to finish him off. Well played by Reza there. Imagination going dangerously low. Gwen wants a piece of her. And he will get her. Nice kill. Early game advantage for Jade Lightning here. They really need it. They are 2 games behind already on this series. And this is a best of 5. So if Hystoric Esports gets 1 more game, that's it. That's the grand final of Online International going to the way of Hystoric Esports. So Jade Lightning needs to do something in this match to counter this offensiveness coming from the side of Hystoric Esports so far. To do that, they need to clear this wave on the bot side. And that's what GodEU and Oriel are doing. Oriel does seem to prefer this Reza a lot. He played him all 3 of today's matches, and yesterday he also played in one of the games that they had. Seems to be a very power pick of Oriel, and he plays very risky with it. He's always on the forefront, dashing away back and forth. Now he might get caught off here. He's in the middle of 2 people, uses the ultimate to get away, almost kills Imagination. Solar Storm hitting Gwen. She's forced to pop the flask to stay alive. Anvil's Hammer causes the disengage, and Gwen ends up getting... Ooh, almost dying there with a blood for blood from I Need Love. A bait recall there. 4-team rotation to the mid. Wants to put some more pressure on this mid lane. Here goes Oriel again with aggressive plays. Gets an Iliogenesis on his head. 2 Iliogenesis on his head. And Force the Cord pulls in Malene. She uses her Wicked Escapade to get away. Will she go down? No, she manages to stay alive. Very lucky of her. Jade Lightning wants more of this jungle. Now they're rotating down into the mid. They might take this mid turret if they're fast enough. Hystoric Esports are coming, but they're still a little bit far away. And Idris might do a pit stop to get that crystal tree ant. So he won't participate on this team fight right away. Just farming, you know. Minding my business, farming away. Pushing the lane. All in a day's work for an X-Dragon. So if he's an X-Dragon, he never plays Scarf anymore. I mean, otherwise he would be a current dragon. Anyways, Ghost Wing coming up. Reza ultimate. Yates managing to stun 2. Oriel dangerously low, ends up dying, but takes Imagination as well. Anvil's Hammer raining down. I Need Love dangerously low. Agony dangerously low. New Generation dangerously low. Well, Agony is no longer dangerously low because he's dead. And they want to do the Ghost Wing, but they also want to recall to handle X-Dragon on this bot lane. So they end up recalling. I think it would have been a better call to just send 1 man in to deal with X-Dragon and get the Ghost Wing, but a little bit too late for that now. Gwen rushing to reach this bot turret. Pops her B, the skedaddle. But not in time. I Need Love with the blood for blood finishing it off. Meanwhile, we have a skirmish up here for the weapon tree ant. It does go for the side of Imagination, who really needs it, you know. Celeste really needs the weapon buff. Solar Storm hitting 3 people. And now boots are popped to get them to safety. I don't know what the hell that was. Something disappeared. That was like a dash, but not a dash. What the hell was that? Was that server lag? Was that Reza? Weird. Anyways, seems Hystoric eSports feel like they're back in control. Ooh, nice pull into the NDU there. But the rest of the team not following up. They eventually end up killing him. Anvil's Hammer trying to steal this Ghost Wing. Not quite secure. Not quite managing to get it. It got secured by Idris. And suddenly, JadeLighting was in the lead, and they no longer are. Now it seems that Hystoric eSports are back in control of this match. They're ahead in gold. They are behind in kills, but that doesn't matter because they have the Ghost Wing buff. They are even considering going for this Black Claw. New Generation starts him off. But seems the rest of the team wants to focus on the mid instead. Let's take a look at that skirmish. Gwen just sits like a potato. Was that taken over by a bot? What the hell was that? Ariel repositioning with the ultimate, not going very well. New Generation with the re-engage of the Yates there, dropping on people's heads, and this Ghost Wing buff will really make a big dent into this turret. This game is starting to look pretty dire for JadeLighting. They need to do something fast, like maybe steal this Black Claw. That would do it. It's going down very quickly though, and we don't see any JadeLighting team members in sight. They decide to hang back. They will do a 5-man defense to this Black Claw that's going down. Sovereign's Rise, the 3rd game of the final of the online international tournament, organized by online champion. Imagination dangerously low. Will he die? No. Yes, he will. Reza manages to finish him off. Now suddenly the Anvil's Hammer rains down, and we have a 3 versus 3 on the mid lane. Everyone from the red team low. Idris finally decides to join the fray. A little bit too late. He's 1 versus 3. Can he kill them all off? No, he cannot. Triple kill, and that's an ace for the side of JadeLighting. They will be able to take care of this Black Claw real easy. Nice team fight, making sure that JadeLighting is still on this game. 3rd matchup of this series. This is all or nothing for JadeLighting. They need to win this game if they want to still be in the fight in this series. This little crystal tree ant for Kulpio might help. Or will Reza take it? Reza is doing a crystal build this time. He was playing weapon previous matchup. Actually, let's take a look at builds real quick. So you guys can see Imagination going for Spellfire and Broken Myth. Working his way into Clockwork now. 2 offensive items only on Varia so far. She needs 1 more to really start doing the ton of damage that we usually see on Varia. Sorrow Blade on this Lance. Interesting. We have a Ghost Wing started up. No, we don't. Both teams just zoning each other out. Now the blue team decides to start. Here comes the re-engage from Reza, but hits Yates instead. It needs to use the dash to get away from that gauntlet there. Re-engage from Yates, tries to stay alive. Reza desperately low. Is it Yates or Reza that goes down first? Meanwhile, Lance is caught off guard on the other side of the matchup, and now it's 4 versus 3. Solar Storm hitting 2 people. Reza dangerously low. He's 1 hit away, and X-Dragon should be able to take him out if he uses his dash. Meanwhile, in the top, Finn just died, so only Oriel left alive. And things look pretty dire. A dash from... No, he uses a smiley. He might use a chakra. Nope, just a smiley. No chakra. You're safe. But this will be a Ghost Wing for free for Hystoric eSports, and this might be the last straw that they need to break that camel's back of JadeLighting. They should be able to get a clean team fight now, and if they get a good advantage on this next team fight, they should be able to finish the game off. Imagination trying to lay down some vision, trying to see if anyone is out of position. We have a 3-man rotation here, trying to contest this crystal tree end. Will we have an engage? No, we won't. The rest of the red team is rotating back down. They do have the buff though, so JadeLighteningEU needs to be careful, needs to stop farming and going back home. We have the recalls starting, and now it's too dangerous to hang around. They don't have the choke point turret anymore. And the Ghostwing buff just does so much damage. Hanvel's Hammer trying to dissuade the engage. Well played from Kulpio. Win that Varia. Imagination still wants a piece. New Generation also zoning in. He might do a pull, but not on Finn. Agony pushing this lane up, forcing the blue team to respond to it. That might give him a good opening. Solar Storm hitting Lance only, but he rolls back down into his base. And all 5 members are inside their base, waiting for that Ghostwing buff to end for the red team. Oh, Oriel gets pulled in. Uses the dash to get away. The Crucible also got popped. A bit of a waste there. But this is a crucial team fight. And the red team decides to go for the Black Claw. And now they see that the blue team is upon them. The JadeLighteningEU doesn't really know who to connect upon. He gets stunned up against the Vanguard. That might be bad for the blue team. The red team's so high. Reza wants to finish off Imagination, but dies first. And this might be the last team fight we see on this match. Kulpio going down. Finn going down. The NDU, the last man standing against the entire team of Hystoric eSports. This might be the end of the game and the end of this series, the end of this tournament for today. The online international, the NDU is already recalling, so I think they are conceding indeed. Good game, everyone. Well played. Unfortunately, Hystoric eSports showing their superiority on this, on these 3 matches, and they will take the series and the tournament and a lot of the ice that comes along with it home with them to Mother Russia. So thank you everybody for watching. This was an interesting cast. I'm a bit tired already. Let's see who is still casting so we can do them a little bit of a raid. Well, WGN Live is up. That's on the USA. I guess we can go there. So if you guys want to check WESG from the US, the matches are starting up now, or they're playing now. And we're gonna raid them because we can. That's the kind of people we are. Thank you everybody for watching. This was an interesting matchup. I'm typing the raid command here. Bam. See you next time, everybody. Take care. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, donate your kidneys, all that jazz. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.